Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be all about spring beauty essentials and all the things, in my opinion, that are essential when it comes to spring and beauty. At the end of this video, I will also be doing a spring essentials giveaway where I'll be giving away 5 items that correlate to my spring beauty essentials. So if you guys are interested in a giveaway, then stick around to the end of this video to find out how you can be entered. But with that being said, if you guys are interested in the products that I consider to be essential in the springtime, then just keep watching. Alright guys, so the first thing that I want to talk about is foundation. Typically in the springtime, I like to rotate in more lighter weight, lighter coverage foundations. So I pulled my Urban Decay One and Done foundation. This is, I think this is a BB cream. I'm not sure. It doesn't necessarily say that on the packaging, but it's definitely a lighter foundation and it feels more like a BB or a CC cream. I just prefer these in the spring because the weather warms up, unless you're in Minnesota and it's April 15th and you're going through like the snowpocalypse like we currently are right now. But I do enjoy lighter weight foundations when it gets to be spring and summertime, so this is one of my favorite lighter weight foundations. It also has SPF 20, which is amazing because, as I said, hopefully in your neck of the woods the sun is starting to come out. Next up, I want to talk about bronzers. Typically in the spring and summertime, I like to pull out my more luminous or bronzers that aren't just matte. Throughout the winter time, even fall time, I definitely wear matte bronzers more often than not, but as we reach the spring and summer months, I like to pull out my bronzers that have a little bit of a shimmer and a little bit of a glow to them. So I picked out 2 of my favorites. The first is the Becca Capri Coast bronzer. Looks like this. I also like the Physicians Formula, which isn't totally matte. I just didn't pull that one out because these are virtually the same. And then I also pulled out my Milani Baked Bronzer. I have mine in the shade Glow. Looks like this. This gives a nice, just bronzy glow to the skin, which just reminds me of like warmer weather and then the spring and summer months. So these are 2 of my favorite spring and summer bronzers. Alrighty, moving on to blush. I definitely like to, again, pull out more luminous blushes. So one of my favorites right now is this Flower Beauty blush in the shade Flower Pots. It looks like this. It's a nice, just rosy sort of gold blush. It has a sort of like gold sheen. I also really enjoy the Pixie Primrose blush. I believe that you can still get that. And then it wouldn't be spring without spring pinks and pastels. So I also pulled out my NYX Ombre blush, and this is in the shade Sweet Spring. So how fitting. I just definitely think more of like pink cheeks in the springtime. We're kind of getting away from the matte blushes, the darker sort of, I don't know, more mauve tone blushes, and definitely pulling out our glowy or pink blushes. So these are 2 blushes that I really enjoy wearing in the springtime. Next, moving on to highlights. Typically in the winter months, I'll wear more of like pinky, not silvery highlights, but definitely like that, more like I think of like Starburst or the number 2 Dior highlight. I wear those a lot in the more winter months, but as we reach the spring months, I like to wear more golden, yellowy sort of highlights, not too yellow. Anyway, the 2 that I'm really enjoying right now are the Ever Classic Mary Luminizer by The Balm. This is just such a universal highlight, but it's a very nice sort of champagne type of highlight, which I really enjoy during the spring months. And then I've also been really enjoying the Anastasia Beverly Hills Amrezy highlight. I think, again, it's just a nice, pretty universal champagne color. I think it's perfect for the spring, and I really enjoy these 2 highlights in the springtime. Next up, I want to talk about lip products. I have 2 glosses because I think this springtime is the perfect time to start pulling your glosses back out. Typically during the winter months, I tend to stick more towards liquid lipsticks and more matte lipsticks, and I'm not much of a gloss wearer, but spring is definitely the time that I start to wear lip gloss. So 2 that I really like for the springtime is this one by Sephora. This is called Peak in Pink. It's just a very nice sort of pinky pinky, peachy sort of shade. It looks almost just pink here, but anyway. And then I also pulled out a peach lip gloss because I really like peach lip gloss or peach lips in the springtime, and this is in Pink Lemonade. I love this gloss. I don't know if I said, but this is by MAC Cosmetics. So these are two glosses that I really enjoy. And then, like I said, kind of with the pink cheek theme, I also think of pastels and pinks, obviously, for spring. So one lipstick or liquid lipstick that I pulled is this ColourPop Ultra Matte Lip in the shade Fresh Cut. It's actually what I have on my lips right now, layered with the Sephora lip gloss. I don't necessarily think it matches my eye look, but I wanted to wear these two for the sake of this video. So these are two that I really like for the springtime. I think pink is such a perfect color for the springtime. It just matches the season and I love them. Next up, I want to talk about eyeshadow. And like I said, springtime definitely gives me the pastel vibes. So I wanted to recommend the Douce palette by Juvia's Place. It is actually what I have on my eyes today. It's definitely more of a different palette, one that makes me step out of my comfort zone, and one that isn't necessarily going to give you all the neutral looks that you want, but I think it's really fun. It's got some very fun pastel shades in here, and then it's got this pink, which I also think is really fun. I think it's a perfect one as we transition into spring. And then if you are a person who just prefers more neutral looks, I wanted to recommend the Tarte Linen Bloom. I think it's just such a great palette. It obviously is going to give you a bunch of neutral looks, but it also has just some of these like more lighter pink shades just that give me the springtime vibes. So I definitely will be pulling my Tarte Linen Bloom out again for the springtime. And then the last thing that I wanted to touch on was nail polish. In the category of nail polish, I definitely pull out my pastels for the springtime. I have a couple of Essie polishes here. This one is in the shade Lilacism, and then I have this one in Go Ginza, which is again kind of like a lilac pastel. And then I have this peachy pastel in Ballet Slippers. It probably is going to come across more pink on camera. I really like this one. And then I also have this one from Essence. This is the gel nail polish in, I don't know that it has a shade on it. 40 Play with Mint. This is in the shade Play with Mint. I also really like mint pastel shades in the springtime. I think they are a perfect nail color. So these are just a few that I would recommend. After that, those are going to be all of my spring beauty recommendations. I'm sure you guys are now curious about the giveaway. So I have selected 5 items to give away. All of them were mentioned in some way or another in this video. Those 5 items are going to be the Juvia's Place palette that I mentioned. Again, this is the Douce palette. I also am giving away the Ultra Matte Lip in Fresh Cut. Again, it's what I have on my lips layered with a lip gloss. I will also be giving away the Milani Baked Bronzer in Glow, the NYX Blush in Sweet Spring, and finally I'll be giving away an Essence nail polish in, what did I say it was? Play with My Mint. Those are the 5 items that I will be giving away to one lucky winner. All you have to do to be entered is comment down below. On the 30th of April, the last day of April, I will leave a comment to the winner with my email address. That person will have 48 hours to email me with the address that I should ship their prize to, and that will be the giveaway. If that person doesn't reply to me within 48 hours, I will then go ahead and select a second winner. But yeah, I hope you guys are excited about this giveaway. Let me know the products that you are rotating into your collection for the springtime. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, don't forget to do so before you go. Other than that, I'll just see you guys in my next video. Bye.